this is a topic I absolutely love because I actually did an oral report on the history of kimono. But we're not going to go into the history of kimono. I'm going to be talking about cultural appropriation and why I deem it bullshit. And most of this is going to be coming straight from the resources that I've looked into, and we're going to be searching this up together, and stuff like that. So this is literally Know Your Kimono, 9 different types of kimono. There are quite a few, actually. Some with purpose, some with reason, some that a lot of people actually aren't aware of or know themselves. Also, this image is giving me a nice glow because there's a light coming on. Alright, here we go. Kimono literally means something that is worn, but there are many Japanese kimono types for different occasions. The basis of kimono is, of course, kimono robe itself. There are various kimono patterns and colors to match the seasons. However, there's also a stark difference in Japanese kimono types. Each has its own unique place in Japanese culture and customs. Impress the locals with your knowledge of kimono. Now, let me tell you this. I've talked about this on my TikTok. It's a several series kind of video that goes over the varying types of kimono and why I deem it bullshit, because why I deem cultural appropriation bullshit. And I have another tab that has sources as to why. And the only reason why I talked about it on TikTok was primarily due to the fact that there was this woman who took a kimono that wasn't even actually a kimono. It was just a silk robe that was cut and sewn together like a kimono. And people got upset because she's just like, well, it's not how it's traditionally worn. And I want to tell you that this argument about cultural appropriation has been coming from Asian Americans for a long time. And I was there at the very beginning of cultural appropriation. It started when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, who got angry at people wearing headdresses at Coachella, like Native American headdresses at Coachella. And these Native American headdresses are not even made by Native Americans. They're not official. They're just a fashion statement, and that's all it is. And none of the Native Americans who had an opinion on that, like actual tried and true Native Americans, who spoke on that, they kind of went, I don't really care, it's not hurting anyone. And I kind of felt the same way. I was like, that's bullshit. And they're like, well, there's an actual history, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I looked into that history, considering that the Sioux Indians, one of the Sioux Indians actually gave a Native American headdress to Elvis Presley. And you're telling me that this is bullshit. We live in a world where people are willing enough to share their culture. I'm not talking about, like, nationalization or whatever people want to call it. I'm pretty much talking about how we learn from each other by sharing our cultures with one another, which is why in my prior video I say, if you're going to be here and live here in the United States, you are American. You can still be the race that you are. You can still have the skin color that you have. You can still speak the language that you want because you have the freedom to do so. You can even believe whatever you want to believe because that's par for our Constitution. That is a part of our Constitution, and that's what we believe as people in our Constitution. That being said, I don't like that cultural appropriation is an excuse to tell people that they cannot participate in a part of a culture because what they're doing is racist. How is wearing a kimono racist? There was one year I actually legitimately dressed up in a yukata with the nagajuban under it, and I wore face paint, and I had a tail and everything, like a foxtail, and I was a kitsune, which is a type of yokai, a kind of like monster or ghost in Japanese lore, in Japanese mythology, that actually takes the form of a human. And it was not only culturally accurate, it was mythologically accurate. And I didn't get shat on. And then after that, I found out that people of my skin tone or darker are exempt. But then this whole entire thing happens on TikTok and people get angry. And I think it's really stupid. I think it really is stupid. Because the Japanese in Japan are happy that people want to wear kimono. are happy that they want to explore their culture, that they want to learn more. They're happy about it. Yet the Japanese Americans or Asian Americans get all upset. And a majority of the people that get upset about cultural appropriation are fair-skinned people. People that are not of the race that has a right to say something. And I will be a stark proponent in the fact that the only people that we should be listening to for the opinions on such things are people from that country. So if the Japanese from Japan have anything to say, it is their voices that should come to the forefront, not Asian Americans who actually do not embrace the culture enough, in my opinion, to actually share the culture with others. Because the whole purpose of people wanting to actually look into Japanese culture, who actually explore Japanese culture, who actually want to wear kimono, is not cultural appropriation. It is a mere exploration of culture. A mere exploration of culture. And people should be allowed to explore these cultures because it is a part of our world as a whole. Not just America, not just Japan, not anywhere else. We're all people on this planet. The entirety of the planet. The entirety of the planet Earth. We are all people. And we all have differences. And we should be willing to explore and learn more about these differences because that's what makes us interesting. That's what makes us unique. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox and just get into this. So, we're going to go into the different types of kimono, like the furisode, which is typically worn by unmarried women, which have sleeves that are 100 centimeters to 107 centimeters long. Often the furisode kimono type comes with very dramatic designs meant to catch the eye. There are actually 3 different furisode kimono types, which with different sleeve lengths. The ko furisode with short sleeves, the chu furisode with medium sleeves, and the o furisode with sleeves almost reaching the ground. O furisode is the most common furisode kimono type and is the most formal. It also has some padding which adds weight and durability. Typically, o furisode is worn in formal ceremonies by entertainers or brides at a wedding. So, not like that, but yeah, brides at a wedding, thank you for that. Chu furisode have become more popular with young women, unlike the o furisode. They do not have any padding on the inside. As a result, they are lighter and cooler. Ko furisode with the shortest sleeves can also be worn from with formal pants or hakama. I've seen those. They're gorgeous. Compared to the other furisode kimono types, it is not as common. They look, especially with the hakama and boots, calls back to the Meiji period. During the time, it was the type of many Japanese schoolgirls. So here's a furisode, and it doesn't really go that far down, right? And then there's the hikizuri. Before the Meiji era, hikizuri kimono was worn by wealthy women of high rank. Now the chances you will see this kimono type in public are very slim unless you are in Kyoto or in Asakusa area of Tokyo. Hikizuri means trailing skirt, and the kimono got this name because of its length. In contrast to other kimono types, hikizuri kimono is mainly worn by geisha, maiko, or stage performers of traditional Japanese dance. With modern times, women had more opportunities to leave the house, which resulted in the current style that requires folding the extra fabric around the waist. Not to mention the kind of kimono that geisha wear. We're gonna look up hikizuri. Hikizuri kimono. Also, in case you're wondering why I'm so proficient in the language, it's mostly due to the fact that, yeah, here it is. You do see this, geisha, this is a hikizuri. Yeah, bright light. Shut the... It's from Tumblr. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, this is a hikizuri kimono. And it is mostly worn by geisha. I find it interesting that they do bring that up. Also, the makeup. I can get into the makeup if you want. It's actually really interesting because the red parts are made of like these crushed up red beetles that actually let off this red paste. And a lot of people like to believe that the makeup was actually like, the white makeup was actually like bird poop. I think that there was something that said otherwise on that. But yeah, no, these are great examples of hikizuri kimono. And they're actually my favorite. The only thing that makes me really sad is the lifestyle of geisha. And that makes me really upset. So this is hikizuri kimono. These are more traditionally worn. Oh, look at it, Miyabi doll. It's a Miyabi doll. Oh, great, it's Pinterest. Yeah. This is a... Yeah. Anyway. Let's go back. And then the tomesode. Oh, the tomesode. I love this one. Tomesode is the most formal kimono type worn by married women. Specifically, the pattern of the tomesode is always below the waist and has a beautiful design. In fact, it sometimes includes gold. Like actual gold. In Western culture, this kimono type is equivalent to an evening dress, and it has either 3 or 5 crests. The latter is more formal and they range from colorful to just black varieties. The black variety, kuro tomesode, kuro means black, are only worn by married women. However, the colorful iro, I guess meaning color, tomesode may be worn by unmarried women. Of course, the tomesode make an appearance at formal events like weddings and tea ceremonies. Among other kimono types, it is one of the most stunning. It is. And the other thing to make note of is that there's, I'm not sure if you see the bottom of the image here, typically a traditional tomesode, let me see, tomesode, kimono, images, have a pattern at the bottom. There's even the iro. Here's the iro tomesode. The iro tomesode also typically has a pattern at the bottom as well, and that is pretty much what details a tomesode kimono for married women. The pattern is typically at the bottom, which I do agree it is one of the more elegant style of kimono, and I absolutely do love it. Oh, homongi! Okay. I'm sorry, I get really excited. The literal meaning of homongi is visiting wear, and both married and unmarried women wear these semi-formal kimono types. Homongi come in many elegant colors and designs that are suitable for various ceremonies and semi-formal house parties. The pattern flows over the shoulder to the seams in the back and is visible on the sleeves and under the waist. The pattern is created using the eba method, which looks like a continuous painting stretched across the entire kimono. Even though its history is quite old, when it appeared in the Taisho period, it was a new kimono type. So we're gonna homongi kimono, just to show you the patterned. I'm not sure. Yeah. So let me see if I can find one that's dark. Here we go. The one in the middle, or the red one here. You can see that the pattern goes on the shoulder. So it can be worn by married and unmarried women. The pattern goes through the shoulder and down around. It's actually really cool. It's one of my other favorites as well. I just love kimono. Let's just say that. I love kimono. Yeah. So there's that. And yeah, I just love this kimono, so much. I love. Oh shit. Okay. So that's homongi. You can see that the pattern goes right here down to the sleeve, and it's at the bottom. Whereas compared to the tomesode, the beautiful pattern is just at the bottom of the kimono. Iromuji. Iromuji. These kimono types have a plain color without any patterns. The beauty of these kimono types comes from simplicity. Because the design is not too flashy, it does not disrupt solemn events or draw too much attention to the wearer. However, that doesn't mean they are only worn on sad occasions. Iromuji often fly out of the closet for family celebrations or graduation ceremonies. Also, there is even a specific kind of iromuji kimono for tea ceremonies. Their formality depends on the amount of crests on the kimono. So if you saw in this one, this is a little crest, and there's a little crest here. Yeah, they show up on the kimono. So let me look up iromuji kimono. Iromuji kimono. Taking 10 years to load. Okay. So you can see that they're just very plain, very flat. I love these. It gives a characteristic to it, and I absolutely love it. I really do. I just love kimono. I love kimono because it's such a beautiful style of dress. You can see all of these are muji, and you can see in this one there's a crest here, right here. Very pretty. I love how simple they are. It's just, it's so nice. Damn it, I did it again. I'm not supposed to close the tab. Okay. And then, komon. Japanese people know this kimono as the casual kimono. Compared to other kimono types, you will likely see these the most often. They have a repeating pattern, that often with vertical stripes, even though they're beautifully crafted. Do not wear this kimono type for a formal event. Instead, it is great for a stroll around the town or small celebrations. In fact, this was the most common way to dress before Western clothes became popular in Japan. Can you imagine a time when the streets were covered in these lovely designs as locals went through their day? It must have made... Oh, so basically, komon... Yeah, komon. Yeah, I have a few of those, actually. A few kimono. They're also known as yukata. But yeah, they look typically like this. And they're much lighter. Much lighter in weight. Whereas more traditional types of kimono, like the iromuji, the homongi, tomesode, hikizuri, and furisode are all made out of silk. Which makes it like these are kimono you don't wear in the summer unless there's something special going on. So komon kimono. Komon kimono. Yee! Okay. Komon kimono. I think there's another one. It was a hizashi zuri. Am I wrong? Hizashi zuri. Am I wrong? Hizashi zuri. That one sticks out in my head. Hikizuri. Nope. Hizashi zuri. Am I wrong? Or is that just a phrase I'm coming up with? Hizashi zuri. Maybe hisashiburi. That's what I'm getting. Hisashiburi. Maybe I just like changed hisashiburi into hizashi zuri. It happens. Maybe that's old Japanese reeking in my head. When you study the language a bit too much. So here's komon, kimono. And you can see that the obi, the sash in the middle, the bow is different in the back. Here, there it is. The bow in the back here, it is actually more akin to komon and yukata wearers, because they're more casual style kimono. They're not traditional at all. And also need to remind you, a majority of the people that do try on kimono are more likely komon or yukata, which are casual style kimono. And you can wear them any which way. Not everybody wears them all the way down to their ankles, though. I have quite a few that I actually lift up so I can actually, like, move my feet, because sometimes, there's, like, dirt on the road, or I'll be going somewhere, and there's just, like, wind gusting everywhere, and sometimes I need it to be a little bit tighter. You can adjust it so that the flap in the front doesn't blow up, and then that in turn take up the other flap in the front and then blow the whole thing up, which is inappropriate when you're wearing a kimono. So you can actually hike it up so that the wind affects it much less. That's something I discovered. And the Japanese wouldn't give a fuck either way how I wear it. It's the fact that I'm wearing it that makes them happy. So there's that. So komon are pretty casual. And they're very pretty, and I love them. I have a few myself, and I love them. I love them greatly. Also, this black one is a formal kimono. This all black one is a formal kimono, typically worn for funerals, I believe, which is why it's all black. We'll look into that. Here's a yukata. For a man, this is what it would look like. He looks super happy. Love him. Yeah. So let's continue to yukata. This cotton, it is made of cotton, so it's really light, and it's really good for summer. This cotton kimono, lightweight and lack of undergarments, make it perfect for summer. Duh. As a result, the yukata appears during festivals or on a hot day out. In fact, people rarely gather at the busy local festivals or spectacular summer fireworks displays without wearing a yukata. Though it is the most informal, the yukata is the most popular among Japanese kimono types. As a result, the yukata is one of the first images to come to mind when thinking about Japanese culture, which is exactly why I feel like people screaming cultural appropriation of different people of different races wearing kimono however they like is bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why after I finish reading this, especially when thinking about festive celebrations. Geta, which is the type of shoes that they wear, wooden kimono footwear are worn under this kimono, and the ubi is tied in a simple way. You'll have plenty of chances to experience the comfort of a yukata in Japan if you visit any Japanese ryokan or hot springs town. Ryokan's basically like a diner, basically. It's kind of like a diner. And you take off your shoes and you sit on the pillows and you have like tea and food and alcohol, and it's really nice. So there is a name for the wedding kimono. Oh, shiromuki. Yeah, I was getting mad. So yukata. Yukata. And you'll see that it's no different than the komon, other than you don't wear a nagajuban under it. You just don't wear a nagajuban under it. You can if you want to, if you get a yukata and it tends to be a little bit transparent, and you like to wear kind of like dark underwear, or like your underwear might be, because like it is thin material. I have a couple that I actually have to wear the nagajuban under because my kimonos are thin, so you can see the underwear, which is kind of inappropriate. So you can actually, under a yukata, you can wear a nagajuban. And I will show you what a nagajuban is. Nagajuban is typically, this is worn under a kimono. It is made of silk. And there's the long form, which you can see this is the long form of it. And the one I have comes in two pieces, the top and the bottom, which makes it so much easier, in my opinion, to tie around it. Sometimes it looks like this. A nagajuban red, black plaid. You can buy it? Rakuten. I love you. I actually want this one. because it has more cotton to it. My other one is just completely silk, and this is good to wear under kimono. That's like yukata, that's really thin, so that your underwear doesn't show at all. And it's a good precaution. The only thing that sucks is it's hard to get sweat stains out of it, and you do have to get it dry cleaned. Whereas regular yukata, you can wash, but I would suggest washing it with like cold water than hot water, and using and don't use heat, because sometimes that cotton can shrink and just ruin it. So here is yukata. Very pretty. We're edging on the verge of Harajuku fashion here. They have... This is a better high quality picture. You can find more high quality pictures of... It's a TokyoFashion.com, which is a source I rely on for my arguments on cultural appropriation towards the Japanese, and pretty much anything else. For example, I like hers the most. It's like red, black flowers. Love it. Do we have any more Tokyo fashion? Yes, we do. So a lot of people do wear yukata in the summer. There's some people that are actually trying to revive this, and this is yukata. You can tell it's light. It's slightly wrinkled here in places. You can tell they're not really... when you wear the nagajuban, you can see it under the kimono. Let me look it up. The reason why I say you can see the nagajuban under the kimono is mostly due to the fact that it goes under the kimono, and the only thing you can see is the collar of the nagajuban. Here. Please be high quality, please be high quality, please be high quality. Don't take 5 ever to load. Nope, 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 corrupt site, yeah. View file, please. Anyway. Let me see here. Sometimes I don't realize that I clicked on it. Just give me the freaking image. Here we go. So you can see here, under this furisode, is the collar, and that's the nagajuban. That's the nagajuban. Right here. And you can tell that there's actually like a pattern to it as well. So it adds like a grace to it. Also, you can see that the back of the collar is pulled down the neck, and that's because, in a way, the kimono is supposed to kind of draw beauty to the neck. And I find that really cool. So, yeah, just want to explain that. And then there's wedding kimono. Shiromuki, shiromuki. Shiromuku? Shiromuku? Maybe they got the word wrong. Shiromuku. Wedding kimono. It is heavy. It is several layers. It is big. And the hood is typically a part of it as well. But we'll get into it now. This is a bride's pure white kimono. The official name for this dress is shiromuki. In fact, the white color of the kimono dates back to the days of the samurai. At that time, a woman would show her submission to the family she was marrying into. Being white, it meant she could easily blend into the family's colors. Clearly, these kimono types have a special place in Japanese culture and history. In addition, they enhance a beautiful bride on her special day. I want a traditional Japanese wedding. I really do. Yeah. So, here is the shiromuku, or shiromuki. I guess it's either or. So pretty. Here you can see like the undergarment pretty nicely. the collar here. See how like arranged it is? Can I increase the size? Yeah, Shiromuka. Yeah. And see, like, here's this. And then this is the undergarment. You can tell that it's pulled away from the neck by the spaces here because it's supposed to create like a defined shape of the dressing. And then here you have the kimono here, and then here you have the coat. It's several layers. It is very heavy, but it's extremely beautiful. It's like the Japanese risk it all. They risk it all just for beauty, and I love that. Men's kimono types. We've mainly talked about women's kimonos. However, there are also kimono types for men. In fact, in the olden days, men wore kimono every day. In modern times, though, men's kimono are not as popular. Men's kimono are simpler and the colors are more subdued. Specifically, the most formal men's kimono type is the combination of a hakama, kimono pants, and haori, kimono jacket. The most common men's kimono, hinagashi, is simply worn with an obi belt tied around the waist. I showed you that, but we'll go into kinagashi, 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 yep. So this, I'm not gonna do stupid Sims crap. Kinagashi, and they do typically wear like haori coat. Oh, it's too small! Boo! That's poopy! Hold on, that's stupid. Why are some of these guys hot? Like, help. Sorry. I'm one of those girls. Here we go, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, so. What is this? Oh, he's from the Gazette? Get out. He's hot. Anyway, the Gazette is a J-Rock band. I'm sorry. Yeah, kinagashi, kimono, so I'm not getting a bunch of anime shit. That's a bit better. Here we go. This is a better image. Oh my god, it's small, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. And then you have like the crests on it. I think it's like a family crest thing. Yeah, so this is a kinagashi kimono. It's just a simple kimono with a sash over it. And the cool thing is that they can wear a, what is it, hakama? Yeah, hakama, which is basically kimono pants. Honestly, the kimono pants, just kind of depend on, like, let me, hakama, kimono. It's not a kimono, it's just an accessory to kimono. The hakama, even girls can wear them. Yes, they do. Hakama, it just looks like pants, but they're not really. They actually keep the style of the kimono intact. And, yeah, this is what it looks like. They look like pants in a way, but they're really just an overglorified shirt that goes over the kimono. The fact that this matches blows my mind. Because mine doesn't match anything. I only have 2 pairs. One of them's really pretty, and the other one, really pretty and too long for me. And the other one is just right and looks masculine. So it's my fault. But yeah, anybody can wear hakama. They even make ones for women. Here's one. Oh no, an unexpected catastrophe happened. But yeah, you can see the varying types here. Okay, continue. So this is what they look like. This is more traditional. And this is kind of what they look like when they're going to a wedding. Like, let me see. Men's wedding kimono. See, here he is. He popped up. Look, he popped up. Yeah, so this is typically what they look like for weddings. So, because, like, men don't have a lot of styles of kimono. And if you want me to go into the history of kimono, I definitely will, because it's actually really cool. And I love it. Okay. And many more. Japanese kimono types have evolved over time, and rules over wearing one have become less strict. Japanese kimono types have evolved over time, and the rules for wearing one become less strict. As a result, young people make kimonos out of modern fabrics and mix flashy colors with unconventional accessories. Now that you know about the various Japanese kimono types, try one on first for yourself. There is one to fit every personality and every occasion. What better way is there to experience Japanese culture than to wear part of it on your body? Okay, I'll go into obi styles, but that's not the whole point of this video. So, Harajuku fashion. Harajuku fashion is so fucking important. Here is a girl who's wearing Takuya Angel, who literally, Takuya Angel is a fashion designer in Japan who takes traditional Japanese looking clothing, and modernizes it, and this is what it turns out like. This is what it looks like. This top is Takuya Angel, and he airs on the side of cyberpunk Japanese style fashion, and it's amazing. Here's another one, and I've used these exact pictures too. Wear boots, hakama, kimono, and then here's the coat. And then under here, as you can see, under here is Nagajuban, and it has this pretty pattern to it. Right? Here's this one. It's way more modern. It's not a hakama, it's just a regular skirt, and she's wearing a kimono over it that's actually way shorter than it needs to be. And people are getting upset at regular people wearing kimono the way that they want to. They're like, oh, it's inappropriate. Is this more Takuya Angel? Because it looks like it. Yeah, this is more Takuya Angel. This is Visual K too. Like, when you've explored as much of Japanese culture as I have, and actually explored their fashion, this is what you get. And people are getting mad. Like, the Japanese ultimately do not care how you wear it because they do this shit. There's nothing traditional about the kimono anymore, other than people who actually keep up with the tradition of kimono. Here's a girl. She's wearing a simple dress and pants under a top and pants under this kimono, wearing a corset, and yet this kimono is outside. And it is a type of furisode too, you can tell because the sleeves are much longer. And yet people are getting mad at this shit. They're getting mad at other people who aren't Japanese wearing the kimono in various ways. I'm not offended if people want to wear kimono in different ways. This is a happy coat. She looks super cool. I love her. Here's something it's a little bit more like semi-traditional, but a little bit with modern details. And I love it. I love this. And yet people are getting upset. People are getting upset. These are Japanese people. They're doing this shit themselves. Like, are you kidding me right now? There's like more Takuya Angel. Sorry. Didn't click on the image. Here's this one. More Visual K. It's taking forever because these are large images. But look, it's the same girl again with another person. Wearing more Takuya Angel. This is Takuya Angel. Like, you gotta be kidding me. People are getting upset. Like, this is why I say that cultural appropriation is ultimately bullshit, because look at what the Japanese people do with their own clothes. This is, oh, is that knit? Is that knitted? That's really cute. She looks like a picnic basket, and I love her. She's wearing a sweater under it. It looks awesome. And then here's obi. The obi sash in the middle. Get that? Some of them are even made of silk. And the bottoms are wood. So like the top says like silk, the bottom is wood. There are like several different types of geta shoes that they wear. And I don't understand the outrage towards the woman on TikTok from months ago, or a couple of months ago, because it's just like, look at this shit. What don't you get? Like, this is vehemently different than, you know, and while it may not be appropriate, there are other kinds. Like, here's one. This was in Tokyo Fashion. This was in TokyoFashion.com. She's wearing a Hello Kitty kimono. She's dark-skinned. She's wearing it this way. And yet people would get outraged. She's wearing it inappropriately. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. It's so stupid. You can wear kimono however you want. So yes, I kind of side with that woman on TikTok. Because even kimono can be this. Kimono can be this. Kimono can be this. And this is decora. This is a type of stuff. She's rather decorative. Lots of accessories. This is decora. Very colorful. There's like hair clips. Like awesome looking earrings. Lots of jewelry. Lots of rings. Like this is decora. This is decora fashion. And this is a kimono. This is a kimono, and she hacked it up so that her skirt can be seen, and so can her socks. This is Harajuku fashion. This is what Japanese people do. Japanese people do this. People who live in Japan do this. Some of them, oh no. I'm sorry, this is just a fashion style I can't really get into. I even forget what it's called, because it does concern like doll-like makeup. I don't remember what this is called. Was that Minori? And yes, well, for a lot of people this may seem weird. Dude, at the end of the day, this is what it is. And I can trail on and on about how it's such bullshit that people get mad. When there's people out there that actually wear the kimono differently, in very different ways. Look at this dude! What? He's so cool! Oh my god, he's so cool! Look at this dude! Look at his mustache! Yep. Wow! He's a steampunk. That's so cool. I love this. He's wearing hakama. He's wearing kimono. Look at this. Look at those geta! Wow! That's awesome. This guy's sick. And people get mad. Oh, you can't wear it like that. Fuck you. Eat dirt. The Japanese people butcher their own kimono. They do this themselves because it's creativity. And they love creativity. Look, decora. It's decora. Look at that. It's decora. Decora. Yes. This woman. Oh, yes. The lace gloves. Here's another one. These are all pictures from like TokyoFashion.com. Very interesting, very fun, very colorful, very unique. And I'm a proprietor of standing by anybody who wants to wear kimono, wear it. And if you want to wear it in a unique and creative way because you're a seamstress, go ahead. The Japanese don't give a single solitary fuck. Look at this. This is adorable. Do it for the child. Do it for this child. Wear kimono in unique ways. Do it for this child. Do it for this child and their mother. Because this is fun. This is fashion, and the Japanese people of Japan do not give a single solitary fuck as long as you're happy exploring their culture, learning about it, and having fun. They don't care. They want you to be happy. Please do that. Okay. I think I've sat on my soapbox for far too long. I'm gonna go. I have stuff I need to do, and I hope that you all take care of yourself. Again, if you want to wear kimono, do whatever you want. I don't care. It is fun. Have fun with it. Be creative. Do it for this child and mother. They're beautiful people. And have a good day.